I was in a long-term relationship with a guy who emotionally and financially drained me. When I finally realized he'd never grow up or pay me back, I documented everything and removed him from my life. When we first started dating, I didn't notice the money thing. Eli was charming, scruffy hot, mid-30s, had that creative, misunderstood vibe. Freelance designer, still figuring it out. I liked that he wasn't corporate. I liked that he listened. I didn't mind paying for the first few dates, then a few more, then all of them. It started small. Can you cover this lunch? My clients. Late paying me. I left my card at home, I'll Venmo you. Rent's tight this month, can we split it 70-30? He always said he'd pay me back. He never did. And for a while, I didn't push. I was in love. I thought we were building something. We moved in together after a year. My apartment, technically, lease in my name, security deposit I'd saved for. Eli brought 2 duffel bags, a cracked TV, and 3 plants he didn't know how to keep alive. He didn't help with moving costs, or rent, or utilities. He said, I'll contribute in other ways. He meant vibes, sex, and vibes. He talked about starting a business. I was excited for him, encouraged it even. We made a website, I designed his logo, I covered the LLC filing fee, bought him a new laptop as an investment. I'll pay you back once I'm up and running. That laptop is now listed on Facebook Marketplace under his name. My friends started asking questions. Does he ever pay for anything? Has he filed any taxes in the last 5 years? Are you dating a pet or a partner? I got defensive. Said he was trying. Said money was tight. But in the back of my head, something was rotting. I was just too tired to look at it directly. He didn't work for 6 months. Not couldn't find work. Didn't look. He slept in, played video games, occasionally posted half-edited TikToks about freelancer burnout. I'd come home from my full-time job, the one paying for both of us, and he'd ask what's for dinner, like I was his live-in paycheck. The final straw wasn't loud. It was a Saturday. I'd gotten a bonus at work. Not huge, just enough to finally buy myself something nice. I came home and the new shoes I ordered were sitting on the kitchen counter. Open, scuffed. Eli said, "Oh, those were for you?" I wore them to get coffee, they're kind of tight. He ruined a pair of $280 boots and laughed about it. I didn't say anything, but I started planning. I didn't confront him. I documented him, screenshots, bank statements, receipts, texts. Got access to every shared login, canceled every auto-renew in my name, created a spreadsheet called Exit. He still thought I was in love. I was. Just not with him anymore. With the version of me who had power again. I got a raise, a big one. Did I tell him? Absolutely not. I opened a new account, rerouted my direct deposit, started stashing cash, Still used my old debit card for coffee runs. I let him. I was tracking every swipe. The day before I ended it, I went grocery shopping like normal, filled the fridge. Paid the bills. Set everything up like I wasn't about to disappear. Then I packed his shit into boxes, dropped them at his buddy's place, changed the locks, and left him a single note. Since you love freeloading so much, go be single and do it professionally. P.S. You owe me $14,872.56. I itemized it for you. He came home to a locked door and an empty closet. At first, I got texts. What the fuck? Where's my stuff? You really just threw me out? Then came the voice notes. The first one was calm, sweet even. Babe, can we just talk about this? The second one wasn't. He called me selfish, said I blindsided him, said he'd been going through it mentally, and I kicked a man while he was down. I didn't respond, because I wasn't going to argue with someone who used my paycheck to buy weed and DoorDash while I was working 10-hour shifts. The spreadsheet made the rounds. I never intended to post it, just sent it to him directly. But apparently, Eli showed it to a friend, who showed it to a friend, who leaked it on Twitter. It went viral. People called it the breakup invoice. Others said it was emotionally violent. I called it math. Venmo requests started coming in, $42 for gas, $9.87 for Chick-fil-A, $83.20. For that month, he forgot his half of the internet. He rejected every single one. but I screenshotted all of it. Then he tried to smear me, told mutual friends I was cold, heartless, calculating, said I embarrassed him in front of thousands of strangers. I didn't defend myself. I didn't need to. The receipts were louder than his reputation. His mom called me. I almost didn't answer. But curiosity won. She said, "I just want to understand what happened." Eli's devastated. I told her the truth. All of it. There was a pause. Then she said, "Well, maybe next time don't let someone move in if you're not prepared to support them." I hung up. He got it from somewhere. My landlord texted me, "Is Eli still on the lease?" Nope. I'd removed him a month before I ended things. Quietly, officially. All he got was 30 days of couch hopping and a dead-end freelance project that never paid out. He tried a soft re-entry, a random text 3 weeks later. Just, "Saw the sunset and thought of you." I replied, "I saw a raccoon in the dumpster behind my building and thought of you too." He didn't text again. My bank account started to recover. No more surprise charges. No more carrying someone else's weight. I started putting away money for things I actually wanted. A solo trip, therapy, a bike that didn't squeak like his excuses. I was healing. Quietly. Expensively. One of his exes messaged me, said, "I saw what you did. I wish I'd been brave enough to do the same." Apparently, I wasn't the first woman he drained, just the last one who stayed long enough to make him regret it. A recruiter messaged me on LinkedIn, not because I applied, because they'd seen the thread and were impressed by my financial, organization, and documentation skills. Imagine that. Eli ruined his own name and I got a promotion because of it. He tried to pivot the narrative, posted a thread about narcissistic women and weaponized empathy. Said I was manipulative, controlling, that he lost himself in the relationship. It got 2 likes and a comment from someone named Todd. Todd agreed. Women don't understand the emotional labor men carry. I blocked them both. The girl. He rebounded with DM'd me. She said she'd lasted 6 weeks. He asked to borrow my car and then left it on empty. He said I reminded him of you. That's when I knew I had to run. I sent her a heart emoji. She replied, "You're a legend." I bought new furniture, not because I needed to, but because it felt symbolic. I sold the couch he never helped carry. I replaced the mattress he mooched on for 2 years. Every new piece of furniture was a brick in the home I was rebuilding. Alone. On purpose. My inbox was still full of strangers cheering me on. It was weird being seen as some kind of revenge icon. But the truth was, I didn't burn his life down for the internet. I did it because he tried to turn mine into a landfill. I just didn't let him. He started a GoFundMe. No, I'm not kidding. Said he was trying to recover from public humiliation and start over. Asked for $5,000. He raised $83.99. I donated $487 with a note that said, "Reimburse me for that Uber I covered while you forgot your wallet." Petty? Sure. Regret it? Not for a second. I ran into him at a coffee shop. He looked smaller, like a deflated version of himself. Same hoodie. Same entitled smirk. He said, "Guess you got what you wanted, huh?" I said, "No, I got what I deserved. You lost what you never earned." He didn't say anything after that, just looked at the floor, then left. People still whisper about it. Friends of friends, coworkers, strangers online. Some say I was brutal. Others say I'm a hero. I don't care, because it was never about proving anything to them. It was about reminding myself that I am not a bank, a doormat, or a rehab center for lazy men with fragile egos. I started dating again. Slowly, cautiously. First, dinner. The guy tried to argue about splitting the bill, not because he wanted to pay, because he insisted I let him take care of me. I smiled, paid for my own meal, and never spoke to him again. Lesson learned. I hit my savings goal 6 months early, debt-free, clean slate, no freeloaders attached. I poured a glass of wine, put on a playlist, lit a candle, then I opened the spreadsheet, one last time looked at the number at the bottom, and smiled, because it was 0, and I owed him even less than that. I archived the folder with all the receipts, the spreadsheet, the screenshots, the photo of the Uber he made me book after lying about car trouble. I didn't need to see them anymore. They'd already done their job. A mutual friend reached out, said, Eli was trying to get his life back together, and maybe I could ease off a little. I asked, what exactly should I ease off of? I don't know. Just let it go? I didn't answer, because I had let it go. It just didn't look the way they wanted it to. Eli sent one final text. You really hurt me. That was it. No context. No apology. Just projection. I left it unread, because if I opened that door even a little, he'd drag himself through it like smoke under a locked door, and I was done breathing him in. I took a solo trip, booked a week at a cabin by the lake, no Wi-Fi, no text, just paperbacks, silence, and the sound of water against the shore. It was the first time in years I didn't feel like I was waiting for the next fire to put out. People stopped talking about it. Eventually, the noise faded. The tweets got buried. The group chats moved on. His name stopped coming up, even in the passive-aggressive ways. Turns out, people only care about drama when you keep feeding them pieces of yourself. I stopped handing out bites. I looked at old photos once, just to see, the ones where I was, smiling and didn't realize my back was breaking. The ones where he leaned on me while I paid for everything, emotionally, financially, physically. I deleted them all. Felt nothing. I got asked to speak on a panel. Women and financial boundaries. I almost said no. I'm not a speaker. I'm not a brand. But then I remembered how many people had messaged me after the spreadsheet went viral. So I said yes. And when I told that room full of women, you don't owe love to someone who makes you pay for their survival, they clapped, like it was church. I never got closure from Eli. Not a real one. Not an apology that meant anything. But I don't need closure from people who only miss you when their safety net snaps. Let him remember me as the moment he stopped getting away with. My life is mine now, my bills, my bed, my name on every account, no mystery charges. No overdrafts from covering someone else's life. Just my own steady rhythm. Predictable. Peaceful. Paid in full. If you asked Eli today, he'd probably say I ruined his life, and maybe I did. But the truth is, he ruined mine first. I just kept the receipts.